Joe?
I am officially rolling.
Josh Arnold, investment consultant, brings you Garage Logic podcast number 1824, August 5, 2026. 100 degrees, the record high on this day in 1947. That's the middle of 3 days where they had a nice hot spell in 1947. 48 degrees at some point during the day in 1994. Call Josh Arnold at 952-925-5608 for a free 48-minute consultation.
Hail the flashlight king.
And now, from the mayor's office above the boathouse on the east shore of Spoon Lake, it's Garage Logic with Chris Reavers manning Technology Corner, Kenny Olson from the Krabby Coffee Shop, John Heidt in the newsroom, and of course, the rookie. Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and the keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Souchere.
Garage Logic's musical director, Jeff Dayton, is with us. He's from Nashville, but he's sitting in today because
I thought John was the musical director.
not today. Jeff
Yeah,
Dayton.
not when Jeff's here.
Not when Jeff's here.
Oh, you guys are too kind.
And he's previewing his appearance with us at the State Fair. And later in the show, Jeff, we're going to talk about your grandfather, Horace Dayton.
Actually, Winchell was his last name.
Paul Winchell. Horace.
Yeah, he was from Howdy Doody, wasn't he?
Abraham
Whatever. Ulysses S. Winchell.
Thompson, yeah.
But I got to talk about some other stuff.
Go for it.
Yeah, you got your guitar. You're here for. You're going to be the big. You're going to be the big entertainment at Corn Days.
Can you believe it?
When is Corn Days?
Saturday night.
in Long Lake.
In Long Lake, I can't believe it. I'm headlining
Another
in my
Saturday night, then I ain't got nobody.
Are you on the street? Somewhere on the street?
No, it's on the property of the St. George's Catholic Church right there.
Well, that's what I meant. You're outside.
Yeah,
For some big,
and we got a great band, and we're just going to bring the good music.
Wonderful.
Is that St. George's in
Long
West St.
Lake?
Paul?
Long Lake.
Okay.
Yeah, Watertown Road and
Got it.
146.
Okay, different one.
We'll get to that.
All right.
Yeah. I have to point out, though, Jeff, I've been calling this the appearance of all the socialists on various political tickets around the country a flirtation, but it seems to be exploding. It seems to be booming. The guy in Michigan, Abdul El Said, is a doctor. He beat, what the hell's her name? Haley Stevens, who was the incumbent Democrat senator in Michigan. He beat her by 15,000 votes. And John, what was the turnout? Hundreds of thousands?
It was, they each had around 741,000 votes.
Listen to that.
Yeah, so.
700 and they each?
Well, he had 741, she had 726,000.
That has to be a record for a primary
That's
vote.
a lot for primary.
Well, we're beyond flirtation here, people. This guy, I think, will win. He's George Clooney handsome. He speaks better than anyone in politics currently speaks.
Okay.
I think he's as dangerous as a lit fuse, but we're beyond. I think we're rapidly at hyperspeed passing the flirtation stage. The turnout alone is extraordinary.
The fact that
This guy makes
700
Mom
plus.
Donnie look like a klutz. And Mom Donnie won big in New York. This guy, I don't think Mom Donnie could carry this guy's lunch pail in terms of appeal to people and charisma. And the money poured into this was historic. And it's just amazing. Who is they face off to succeed? Let's see. Said beat Haley Stevens. She was a Democrat to secure the Democratic nomination for Senate in what became one of the ugliest Democratic primary races in the country. Well, I wasn't in Michigan. I don't know about all the ugliness. El Said will now face former Republican Mike Rogers, who was uncontested in the GOP primary. Why does it say former? Republican? I don't know what that means. Okay, anyway, just mark my words. This guy's going to win a Senate seat in Michigan. I don't have a doubt. I'm beginning to think that Francesca Herr will win the governor's race in, is it her?
Mike Rogers does have the endorsement of President Trump.
Well, that might be the problem by the time November rolls around. Francesca Hong, I'm sorry, Herr is the name of our mayor.
Yes.
Our troubled mayor.
Troubled mayor.
So, Francesca, I was reading some New York Post piece about her today. And I would have to imagine that the fellow in Michigan, Said, might feel the same way. These socialists all share some similar ideologies. And we learned that this woman running for Wisconsin governor, Francesca Hong, at the height of the COVID pandemic, she wanted to cancel Thanksgiving because she doesn't like, not just because of COVID, but because it celebrates colonialism, and she's opposed to that. And then it turns out that she was pressed on these holidays, and it turns out she doesn't like anything. She was pressed by Caitlin Collins of CNN. Hong was asked point blank whether she really believes that Thanksgiving is just a celebration of colonialism. And Hong went on a rant saying, I'm a chef, and one of the first meals that I made was for the community when I was 16. She's a collectivist. So she just didn't make a meal. It had to be for the community, of course. And that was Thanksgiving. I always think of my hospitality background and owning a restaurant for 7 years, that bringing folks around the table to share conversation and build community. These are all gobbledygook terms. But Thanksgiving is also a time that's incredibly painful for many people in our communities. So I think there I wanted to make sure people understood there are multiple views, but views can evolve. And she goes on to say, in the position I'm running for right now, and I think my background as a chef will actually help me become a better governor because I can bring more people to the table. So she doesn't like Thanksgiving, and she's got about 7 American holidays she doesn't care for. Valentine's Day,
Okay.
Mother's Day,
Ouch.
Father's Day, the 4th of July,
What's wrong with the food?
Halloween, and Christmas.
Oh.
Well,
So,
And Thanksgiving is that.
and
top of the
Thanksgiving.
list.
Throw that one in there
Yeah.
too,
that's
right.
pretty much everything, isn't
Well,
it?
All
that
gluttony
covers
holidays.
quite a bit. To all those who celebrate Father's Day, we celebrate your joy. For those who feel pain, ambivalence, or grief on this day, we see you no matter what your family looks like or what your family is. We hope today is Phil. I guess I'm reading from some of the posts she has written. On July 4th, she said 1852, on the 76th anniversary of the signing of Declaration of Independence, Frederick Douglass gave a speech at the official event commemorating the signing, asking the question, what to the slave is the 4th of July? She wrote this in 2022. While we are not enslaved, it is worth it for those of us seeing our liberties, freedom, and human rights systematically stripped away to ask, what is the 4th of July to us? This was during the Biden administration. Hong could not mask her displeasure with Halloween either, writing in 2019, I don't allow myself to work Halloween weekend or the day of. I would actually ask every single person in a costume to leave. Okay. Then came her now famous Thanksgiving post, which is deleted. Hong's team did not immediately respond to the New York Post request for comment, including an inquiry about her grievances reserved for New Year's Eve, Memorial Day, Labor Day, and Veterans Day.
You think she likes National Night Out?
Don't know. I don't know.
There's usually not a lot of politics or controversy with that.
I heard from someone last night who attended their local neighborhood National Night Out gathering. Apparently, every night out gathering had the appearance of a police officer in St. Paul.
That's usually how it is in
In
Minneapolis.
South St. Paul, there were 41 stops that the police and the fire had to make.
Well, the person who contacted me said there was a female police officer at their event, and it was all she could do to not do wiener jokes.
Well, did she at least hand her a wiener?
Right. Wiener Wednesday.
I would just hand her one.
Yeah.
Well, I was at the night out in Plymouth, Minnesota. And there
How was
an-
it?
It was wonderful. Just kids running around, riding their trikes too fast, you know.
Jeff,
Are you
what's
aware
that
of
supposed
Are you aware of what we have in St. Paul? Something called Wiener Wednesday.
Oh, no.
Well, we have
Sounds like one to stay home. What is it?
The mayor of St. Paul and the police chief are in a bit of kerfuffle, and I think it'll all be resolved. But the mayor has been accused of sexual harassment because she wished to celebrate Wiener Wednesday with everybody, and it really has been a blown out of proportion thing. But there's a lot of wiener jokes going around.
Jeff, if you don't know
always
anything about it, consider yourself blessed.
Thank you.
Stay in Plymouth. Stay in Plymouth in a very
Yeah.
hip, happening, growing town.
What the hell were you doing in Plymouth?
My sister lives there, and Terry Train lives there, and, you know.
Loose Line Orchard.
Yeah.
Terry's way out there.
Well,
Was there an after party? Well, we usually had a lot of fun at the after party nights out in my neighborhood in South Minneapolis.
For a couple of years, they used to have live music, and I volunteered to play it next year when I'm in town.
Oh,
So,
fun.
You know, you don't ask to get paid for those things. You
No.
you do it. It's to, like, bring people together, like
write-off.
Thanksgiving, you know.
Right off.
Let's go back to the winner of the primary in Michigan, El Said. He's an epidemiologist, a former Wayne County health director who he did unsuccessfully run for governor as an insurgent candidate in 2018. He would become the nation's first Muslim senator if elected. He has made his support for Medicare for all a major component of his campaign. He has also called for abolishing immigration and customs enforcement and has been a vocal critic of Israel during the war against Hamas, characterizing Israel's actions in Gaza as genocide. More than $80 million was spent on the primary, making it the most expensive Democratic Senate nomination contest in history. Much of the money came from outside groups supporting Haley Stevens or opposing El Said. Well, that money did not buy them a victory. The largest spender was United Democracy Project, a political action committee aligned with the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, which is best known by the acronym AIPAC. We all knew that they were going to spend their money. We didn't know they were going to send $70 million of their money. We don't know how they were going to outspend us $11 to 1, and yet we're still standing, El Said highlighted in his speech. El Said urged party unity and took aim at former Representative Mike Rogers, the Republican Senate nominee. And I think all GLers would do themselves a favor by trying to find the audio of Said's remarks following this victory, because he's not to be taken lightly.
From what I have read, he is not a socialist and actually refers to himself as a capitalist, and he is not endorsed by the Democratic Socialist Party.
He's got some socialist leanings.
Oh, without a doubt.
I just think he's got whatever it is to win a big race like that. And Republicans are leaning into Said as being the more extreme of the two over his staunch opposition to U.S. aid to Israel, nixing corporate money for elections and pushing Medicare for all, which have all been underscored by his prior comments to defund police and a recent ogre on a pike gaffe. I don't know what that means. Hassan Piker, maybe that refers to. Still, his policy positions are hallmarks of the progressive movement that have earned him endorsements from the likes of Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. So has Elizabeth Warren acknowledged that she's a Democratic Socialist? She must have by now. And his victory marks another loss for Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, who backed this Stevens a gal, in her failed attempt to claim the Democratic nomination.
I have the ogre on a pike reference if you care to hear about
Yeah.
it. A metaphor used by El Said during a leaked donor Zoom call in 2026 discussing how he would handle centrist party incumbents. He remarked that ideally you put one ogre on a pike and then everyone else gets the message.
Kind of nail somebody up in the town square.
And
huh?
just leave it there for a while.
You know, it's just a metaphor. I don't see him saying that's what we should do. But, you know.
Abdul El Said's victory marks another devastating loss for Chuck Schumer in his civil war with Bernie Sanders as Democrats position Mike Rogers to defeat socialism's newest standard bearer in November. National Republican Senatorial Committee spokesman Bernadette Breslin told Fox Daily News. Okay. All I can tell you is, based on what I saw this morning, alarm bells rang in my brain and said, we're beyond flirtation here. You got Francesca Hong in Madison, you got Said in Michigan, and they're fired up, ladies and gentlemen. And it's beyond flirtation.
I asked the internet a question, wondering, my question, is the Michigan Republican Party well run? The answer, the Michigan Party has struggled with severe financial debt, deep internal division, and constant leadership change over the recent years. Who's that remind you of, Suchi boy?
The Minnesota Republican Party.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which is just always been a disappointment.
It's just, it seems like it's always in shambles to me.
Down in Nashville, you got a garage?
No, I don't. I have a carport.
Carport.
Well, that disqualifies
Open
you
air.
from
Open air.
virtually everything in Garage Logic.
Yeah, but no AC bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, or heating bills.
Well, you could still put this kind of floor in a carport.
Oh, good. I want to hear about it.
Okay, you've heard me talk about polyurea garage floors from Installed Building Solutions, durable. Polyurea garage floors are built to handle salt, snow, spills, and the daily wear from this godforsaken land we live in. Most floors are installed in just one day. This is the latest technology for an epoxy floor. These things are amazing. Yeah. Easy to clean, easy to maintain, but they're tough. But here's the deal. Installed Building Solutions also offer melamine cabinets and overhead storage solutions. They're fully customizable. They can come in and, you know what I'm saying? Renovate everything. Give you the right floor and then see for yourself. You could go to their Farmington showroom to see not only polyurea floor colors and finishes, but also custom garage storage options. Explore custom melamine cabinets, modular storing options, overhead storage solutions. Then you can make your decision. They've got you covered for the finest garage you could ever possibly own in Gumption County. And they're making it simpler to find them, too. Just go to garagelogic.com/IBS. garagelogic.com/IBS, or call Installed Building Solutions at 651-463-9333 to schedule a showroom appointment.
This guy wears many hats, just not indoors. Joe Souchere.
I love your little catch, Miller. I love the way you tease me. One little wiggle and I'm on the hook. Yeah, I love fishing with you, baby. I love your little catch me look. I love the way you tease me. One little wiggle and I'm on the hook.
Now you'll have to do that at the fair.
I would love it.
It's become a favorite.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Become a favorite.
I love the people that love it.
Now, I said this, El Said puts Mom Donnie to shame. I got news for you. We got a grocer who's a current lawmaker. He said that he doesn't think Mom Donnie's government-run stores will last even a year. This is Representative Mike Ruley, a Republican from Ohio. He's from a grocer family.
Why does he think this?
He says the supermarket, the free one supposedly, or the cut rate one, will just bleed red the entire time it's open, from the first time you turn the key until it closes, said Mike Ruley of Ohio. And I would bet the farm there's no way these grocery stores last more than 5 years. They might not even last a year. Ruley grew up with his family's Ohio-based grocery store chain, Ruley Brothers, which is now run by his brothers.
Clever name.
All right. Ruley said his family's small but thriving 2 locations business has given him an appreciation for the challenges facing small business owners in New York City, whom he argued would be harmed by competition from Mom Donnie's city-run stores. You will put hundreds of these small businesses out of business, and a lot of these businesses are owned by immigrants, Ruley said. So, I mean, I don't think the mayor could possibly have asked for a worse situation. Mom Donnie unveiled a plan for government-funded grocery stores while on the campaign trail. The city has since committed $70 million to constructing one store in each of the 5 boroughs. Well, the government didn't commit $70 million. He took the money from the taxpayers to create his so-called government grocery stores. Mom Donnie discussed the agreement during a recent news conference, saying once a month our 5 city-run grocery stores will set prices for a core set of goods at 30% below typical retail prices. And you'll recall that initially an ID would have been required. Yeah. When the hypocrisy of that nonsense finally set in, he canceled that idea. There won't be any ID. While the plan has been cheered by the progressives, it has been panned by business groups such as the Multicultural Business Coalition, which the New York Post reported was threatening to sue Mom Donnie. Ruley, the representative from Ohio, noted that grocery stores already operate on thin margins, and Mom Donnie's government shops will be operating at a loss the entire time. Well, that's a loss the taxpayers have to absorb. It's just, it's not doable. When you think about the grocery industry, it runs on about 27% gross. That's before you pay your bills. Once you pay your bills, you're about 1.25% or 1.5% net. Man, that's thin. That, he argued, would make it a drain on taxpayers as long as they remained open. This is the biggest mistake the mayor has made, Ruley said. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. And the taxpayers have to pay for it. And here's a grocer. This gives this guy some credibility. He's worn the apron.
Yes.
And he knows how it works.
He can do the can of corn catch.
He knows how it works, and it doesn't work.
He knows Mr. Whipple.
That's right.
Yes. Don't squeeze the Charmin.
I had something else I wanted to get out of the way before. We don't have to go into it today, but there's a great community posting in the Minneapolis Times today by Scott Gillespie. Apparently, it was originally published in MinPost, and it's a complete, very logical takedown of why these bathhouses in Minneapolis are a horrible, horrible idea. And I can save this, but it's written very well, and this should not happen. It should not exist. It should never have come up. And it has come up, and now, again, taxpayers are being asked to foot the bill for the negative health consequences that could erupt. Also, I wanted to get out the fact that according to the American Experiment, Keith Ellison is disputing KSTP Channel 5's fraud recovery numbers.
Did you see the video of this where is this true?
But he has no idea what the numbers are.
Yes.
He's disputing what the news gatherers find, but he has no idea what the numbers are.
Oh, he was backpedaling during the video.
KSTP reporters Kirsten Swanson and Morgan Redcop write that the $90 million figure represents restitution from criminal cases prosecuted by the AG's Medical Fraud Control Unit. And then he was asked about that, and he has no idea. When asked during the interview about the small amount of restitution that's been repaid, Ellison initially disputed the accuracy of the figure and pointed to a piece of paper he pulled from his jacket pocket. The paper included a back breakdown of recoveries, but he couldn't give any numbers. These are recoveries, orders from civil settlements. So let me be clear, Ellison said. This is money that was gotten back from the thieves. No, these are restitution orders and judgments he was showing people. No money is gotten back from the thieves. And now I want to turn my attention to back to cars and our discussion the other day about the people turning their backs on the technology in all the modern cars, and they're seeking older ones to avoid it. And I was alerted by an emailer today that there's this very successful real estate guy in Texas who must have made a boatload of money because he's going to restart the REO brand. REO stands for Ransom, whatever, Elias Olds, the guy who was kicked out of Oldsmobile and then started REO Speedwagon. Also the name of a band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You confused me for a second.
So REO, he wants to start it up again. Now, these startups for cars can be problematic, but REO, the original, they invented the pickup truck in 1915. Now, he wants to bring back a car that will sell for $21,000, frame on body on frame, manual transmission available, minimal technology, and he's going to sell it for $21,000. Now, if he could pull this off, this would be amazing. Mm-hmm. Do you know how many different automotive brands there has been in this country in the last 100 years? This figure shocks me.
Fun fact. Let's hear it.
Well, I'm seeing if the boys know.
What is your question? How many?
How many different makers of automobiles have there been in the last 100 years? Okay, the answer is 3,000.
Wow. No, it's not. No, it's 100.
I was starting with the big three.
This is Road and Track.
Wow. Holy moly.
Man, I would have said 40. I mean,
Yeah.
3,000 different automotive brands over the last century. Yeah. And now REO Industries wants to start up again. I guess they own the name now. This guy bought the name. He bought the trade name. And the company claims to be developing a line of 3 four-wheel drive trucks and SUVs designed with affordability and capability. And while the cheap trucks are exciting enough, these REO machines are reportedly gasoline-powered and set to offer manual transmissions. If he can pull this off, it's fantastic. Yeah. REO Motor Company was founded in 1905 by Ransom Eli Olds, following his contentious departure from Oldsmobile. The automaker produced passenger cars through 1936, but is ultimately best known for its utility vehicles and trucks. The Speedwagon is the brand's most famous entrant, which is truly the progenitor of the pickup truck segment in the United States. The rights to the REO name changed hands via sales and mergers over the decades before landing in the hands of REO Industries and founder and CEO Zach DeBernardi, who secured the trademark for the brand just last month. The new auto executive says he did not set out to revive the brand in particular, but he knew the heritage and history are hard to come by in the automotive space. The fact that REO's own history lined up with his mission made it a match more natural. This guy, Bernardi, is not an industry veteran. He comes from a real estate career built in and around Dallas, which has allowed him to enjoy his love of cars. But his personal favorites all sit in the 1990s to 2000s era. The mechanical nature and simplicity of those products are at the core of his view about what his new products need to be. This could be fun.
That's visionary.
This could be fun.
I know on the show you always turn to me for optimism and positivity.
Yes, I do.
And I love this idea, but it's not going to work out for him. You need a dealer network. You need massive amounts of parts. You need support. Think of DeLorean. It was a glorious failure. I don't see it happening, Such. Although I love it. I think it's a great idea. I just don't think it'll work.
Here's the Target specs. 21,500, 4-cylinder gas engine, manual and automatic transmission, body on frame, mechanical 4-wheel drive, and a fuel tank for a 600-mile range.
Wow.
Texas built. Reserved now for $25. I might send him the $25.
Right.
Yeah.
You're in.
What you do is you take a delivery of that thing, park it forever, put it in a safe.
He said he's going to have a lot of Toyota DNA in the vehicles.
All right. How's he going to manufacture them? Are these going to be hand-built, or is he going to build a factory?
I'm looking. I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can.
Why, you got to go to the bathroom or something?
No. He's also going to have cars. He wants to launch 3 models under the Runabout nameplate. The Runabout would be a hearkening back to the Oldsmobile Curve Dash Runabout.
Yeah.
That REO.
What a great name.
That Ransom founded. So he's got the Runabout T4X, the Runabout T4C, and the Runabout S4C SUV. The original Runabout was the Curve Dash Olds. It was Oldsmobile's first vehicle and the most popular car in the U.S. before the arrival of the Model T. It was also an early example of genuinely affordable transportation. It went for $650. That's around $25,000 by today's money.
I think he's making a mistake. I would name all the cars after cities in Texas. The Austin, the Waco. I'd love to own a Waco truck.
Okay, how does he intend to sell trucks in the $20,000 range? Well, for starters, he believes the segment he's going to appeal to is unabashedly inspired by the micro machines in the Japanese K category, KEI. Well, maybe that's Ki or Kai, I don't know. But upscaled to something more comfortable for U.S. roadways. They will be basic, with the T4X potentially arriving without a radio or door cards. Most creature comforts are expected as you go up the offer sheet, with the automaker eventually evaluating different a la carte options for those who need a bit more luxury. However, screens will be at a minimum, with physical controls in order for every function of the pickup truck. Wow. I'm telling you, if this works.
Oh, did he say they're going to be like K trucks?
Yeah, KEI.
I'm sure you've seen them.
They're
maybe
real
on
small, aren't they?
They're about the size of my side-by-side.
Yeah.
They all have driver's seats on the right side, and they're the coolest little thing you could have to pound around in the woods, in ranches and farms. Wow. And they're very, very affordable.
Well, it's going to measure 180 inches long. That's about a Honda Civic or Mazda 3. It's about 74 inches tall and wide, which is about the size of a mid-sized truck on sale today.
Yeah.
The trucks will feature a body-on-frame construction and mechanical 4-wheel drive. Maximum tow capacity at 4,500 pounds. That's plenty for most people. Well, for most people, that'd tow a nice-sized boat.
Perfect small little truck.
Yeah.
You know, I watch a lot of YouTube, and the average truck today starts at $50K.
Oh, yeah.
This is an open market for him if he's down at 20, and you know, I think there's a lot of people that they go to the auctions and the Thursday auction where you can buy a late model Mercedes for $9,000.
As is?
As is, yeah. And you get yourself an old V8, that would help my cylinder. And
It really would. You're a pathetic. You told us your number once. It's 4, isn't it?
It's
Secondhand embarrassment when you bring it up. Don't bring it up, Jeff. I get embarrassed
We
for
got to
you.
add that, though. 4 with a carport.
Yeah.
most humble servant. Yeah, but I think that's great. I mean, there are guys that are doing classic car shops now, and I think they're bringing that V8 back. I mean, those road boats. I had a 71 Impala that loved going 85 miles an hour.
Nice.
With a 350
And great
in it.
in the winter.
Yeah.
What was it?
A 71 Impala, 2-door.
Oh, that'd be a
A
big.
land shark.
Yeah.
It was like it was a road boat.
be worth a fortune
The
today.
SS Dayton.
Road and Track concludes by saying it takes a startup to shake things up before we get any change. So be it. Look what happened when that other Texas-based automaker got some real momentum behind it. I imagine he's referring to Tesla, right?
Most likely.
Well, good luck to this guy. I think it sounds cool. I have to tell you something because we have to get to John Heidt, and then we got to get to Horace Wilson. Horace
Abraham.
Horace
Smith.
Abelgate, the state's geologist.
That's funny.
Nixon.
Summer's a great time to work on that garage, whether it's the floor or the door. Get a hold of Precision Garage Door if you need a new door. Get this taken care of before the snow flies. They have models of doors for every budget. That'll increase the value of your home, save energy, provide better security. If you like your door, they'll send a designer out. They got the catalog. Bing, bang, boom, you pick the door. You can get $400 trade-in, too, on your old garage door when you get a new garage door from Precision Door. If you like your door, but she's acting up on you, book a $79 safe and sound package. Let the guys throw a what's the word I want? The analytics at it.
There you go.
Well,
I was
that's
thinking
not
of
the
that.
word I wanted, though. What was the other word? Whatever. They got it. They can do a safety inspection, lube it up, performance adjustments, the whole diagnostics.
Diagnostics.
That's what
that was what
wanted.
I was going to say.
Book online at precisiondoormn.com or call Precision Door at 612-263-6985 to schedule your free on-site new door estimate or book a Precision Door safe and sound package. Garage Logic's musical director, Jeff Dayton. Are you joining us both days at both appearances at the fair, or just one?
As many as you'd like.
Well, we're there on the two Fridays of the fair. I don't know if you're in town that long.
I'll have to check.
We'll need to talk engineering because I told him Jeff would be there on the 4th of September and that Pat and Stephen would be there on the first Friday.
Oh,
So
all right.
we'll have to figure out.
Our buddy Pat Donahue?
Correct, yes.
You know, I did his show in St. Paul.
I know.
What a cool dude. He just was like the most humble, welcoming guy. We just had an awesome time trading stories and old
He
songs.
loved having you. I actually been getting together with Pat and playing guitar now and then.
Yeah.
And I had him that weekend after we met. And
Where'd you
he said
guys play? Midway
Jeff was
Saloon?
great.
Yeah, I was like, what a cool spot.
Yeah.
His Wednesday thing, Jeff did.
Yeah.
I'd like to work with Pat on his ego. I don't think he understands his reputation.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
He doesn't. Yep.
And I really think he's got to do something about it. He's just far too congenial.
He's too normal.
Nice. Yeah, he's very normal.
Very normal.
And
Kind
I
of a
looked
lot
him up.
like you, Jeffrey.
Well, you know, I looked him up before I went on there, a little due diligence, and I was really impressed with his past credits and stuff. And I was like, you reached out to me? I was like, wow, this is so cool. So I was thrilled to be with him.
Oh, he's the real deal.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, and he's a mighty fine player and a super sweet human being.
If Jeff, you'll appreciate this. He had invited me about a year before we started getting together, but I was afraid to. I didn't want to
no,
go.
man, you hold your own.
But yeah, we have a blast when we do it. It's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Well, here is John Heidt.
Here's
And
Chris Reavers
Well,
for
here's
Harmony
Chris Reavers.
Spirits. Good morning, gentlemen. I got Joe just handed me this email from Sheila. Good morning, gentlemen. The husband and I, along with another couple, spent a few nice days in beautiful Lanesboro, Minnesota for their annual Buffalo Bill Days Festival. Due to a complete rainout day on Friday, we took our friends down to Harmony, Minnesota and Harmony Spirits. We proceeded straight there, as we've been there a few times in the past, and they, of course, had not been there. So we mentioned Garage Logic, very appreciative for the business. Then on Sunday, the husband and I watched the festival parade and were pleasantly surprised to see Kendall and Sheila Qualls and their entourage making an appearance in the parade. They came into the brewery where we were watching from. They came to our table for introductions and handshakes. Such a lovely couple. We wished him well, and they were ready for a change. Hopefully mentioning that we listened to him on GL doesn't hurt his chances, as we all know the GL track record isn't a good one. Sheila, thank you so much for visiting our friends.
People are really talking about that, aren't they?
In Harmony,
Everywhere.
Minnesota.
Everywhere. They're talking about it everywhere.
At Harmony Spirits. It's the best handcrafted spirits made right here in the great state of Minnesota. And now you can make your purchase online. So let's say you're in Nashville. Yeah, it'll get sent right to your front door, your porthouse, or whatever it's called. And you just go to harmonyspirits.net and click the Buy Online tab. But please do us a favor. Continue to go into your local liquor store and ask for the Harmony brand by name and say hi to Larry and Damon and the entire crew. Joe?
I just went in the other room where the GL store. Here's a GL hat for Anguilla and Cornhole Days.
And it's not corn.
Or whatever, corn days.
Joe.
Corn days.
Wow.
Beanbag.
You turn the most innocent thing into,
Oh, that's great.
I thought it was cornhole. Isn't that a game you play?
well, maybe.
Here's John Heidt in the newsroom.
Thank you very much, Joe. Way to move along quickly there.
I know my place.
Our news is brought to you by North American Banking Company. Forest Service officials say that while progress is being made in containing the wildfires burning in northeastern Minnesota, allowing them to reopen more of the Boundary Waters Canoe Area wilderness, the fires likely will continue to burn long into the fall. Incident Command held a briefing on the wildfires burning in that area yesterday, providing an update. Officials said the fires have burned about 73,325 acres in both the U.S. and across the border in Canada. The fires are now more than 50% contained. Drew Stolberg is acting wildfire supervisor for the Superior National Forest. He said that more entry points into the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness near Ely were reopening this morning. That means about 2/3 of the Boundary Waters will be open for day trips and some overnight camping in those areas. A large homeless encampment at Pig's Eye Park now being cleared near downtown St. Paul as city teams went tent to tent and supporters gathered outside this morning. A spokesperson for the St. Paul mayor's office said there will not be any heavy machinery coming in today, but 2 Bobcat front loaders could be seen going around the back of the camp. Despite organizers saying that about 200 people were still at the camp, the mayor's office said only about 40 people were still left there. The mayor's office told 5 Eyewitness News conversations were happening with teams of 3 to 4 people from the city inside the grounds. City Council President Rebecca Noker said yesterday she supports Mayor Colleyher's plan to clear the homeless camps at Pig's Eye Park if people have indoor options to meet their needs. She said closing the camp is an executive decision by the mayor's office, and the council's role is to push for details. Mike Lindell says he's stepping down as chief executive of MyPillow. Will no longer be a majority owner of the company he founded because he wants to focus on his run for Minnesota governor. He said on Lindell TV, "I want the state of Minnesota to know I'm all in." Lindell has been leading in polls ahead of next Tuesday's primary after he won President Trump's endorsement in July. He will face fellow Republicans Lisa Dameth and Kendall Qualls for a chance to get into November's ballot, the Minnesota primary, next Tuesday.
Hey, Jeff, you ever met the Pillow Man?
I have not, but
All right.
he sounds like he's
You guys share something in common.
What's that?
You guys have both been featured guests during the State Fair and Garage Logic.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
We did have him on once, didn't we? Yeah, I think we had to.
Yeah.
Boy, you sure loved him then, let me
I
tell
did.
you.
Well, I was selling a lot of pillows at that point.
Minnesota Public Health Authorities said they are investing.
Hi, Joe. Stop looking at me over your glasses.
You give me that look. You give me that look.
Minnesota Public Health Authorities said they are investigating an outbreak of salmonella associated with jalapenos served at Mexican-style quick-service restaurants, with Chipotle a focus. The Minnesota Department of Health said it has identified 110 Salmonella javiana cases in the state tied to the outbreak. Among the 84 people who were interviewed after coming down with symptoms, 89% reported eating at Chipotle from mid-June to last month, according to Carlotta Midas, senior epidemiologist supervisor in the department's foodborne diseases unit. Those who didn't report eating at Chipotle ate at other Mexican-style restaurants, she said. Chipotle has cooperated in the investigation. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is conducting a traceback investigation that includes jalapenos, among other targets.
You know, I've got no vested interest in Chipotle, but it seems to me they get thrown up against the wall every time somebody gets sick.
Yeah, that one time in
They're in
Boston.
the news
it
all the
started
time.
In Boston in 2018 or 2017.
You know what? Find somebody else.
Yeah, let's go. Pick on Taco Bell
What
or
are you going to
somebody
do
else.
here? Chipotle, what did they do wrong to the world?
What about Popeyes? Come on. White Castle, they're
No,
closing everywhere.
no. You're
Oh,
you're
my
on the
goodness.
Now you're
wrong
going down
track.
the list.
You're on the
Sorry.
really
Whoops.
wrong
I
track.
missed something.
Yeah.
A Grand Rapids woman, a former DFL chair with the 8th Congressional District, has been sentenced after leaving the scene when hitting and killing an Itasca County man 2 years ago. According to court documents, 66-year-old Cynthia Martin was sentenced for felony criminal vehicular homicide in the July 3rd, 2024 crash that killed 19-year-old Carter Haithcock. In a plea deal, Martin will spend 364 days in jail and serve 5 years of supervised probation.
Well, Jordy said Walls would pardon her anyway. So
The neighbor of State Senator John Hoffman faces misdemeanor charges after he allegedly set off those illegal fireworks that we had talked about earlier with the intent of harassing the lawmaker and his family, according to court filings. 66-year-old Jeffrey Masage of Champlin faces counts of harassment and disorderly conduct in connection with the incident that happened July 4th. According to the complaint, Champlin police responded to the report of illegal fireworks being launched in his driveway and told him to stop. Masage asked if his neighbor, Hoffman, had reported the fireworks, but the officer didn't answer. A security camera at the Hoffman residence captured Masage uttering the names of John Hoffman and his daughter Hope in between booms. "This one's for bleeping what's-her-name Hope," he's heard saying. "This one's for John. This one's for you, buddy." The complaint adds that Hoffman had a prior history with his neighbor and had gotten a restraining order against him about a decade earlier. Masage is scheduled to make his first court appearance August 25th.
So they got a feud going.
Yeah, a neighbor.
Fence was too big or whatever.
They be a feudin'.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a quick break here and hear from Mr. Olson?
Before that, John and Joe, I would ask you both to indulge me here in the next 40 minutes. I have a bunch of questions for Jeff and his podcast and his YouTube page and all of that, if you guys don't mind.
I do, but I'll help.
To accommodate, sure.
I'll make
Would it
sure
be?
it's.
Somebody turn the air down cold in here all of a sudden?
No, I'll take care of it.
Would it be okay, Such, if I talked about deep creep?
Yes.
Okay, because it has saved the day for many a GLer and non-GLer alike. Deep creep goes deeper, lasts longer, works better than any other product out there. Don't believe me. Try it for yourself, and you'll discover what I've been saying all along is true. The other one I want to talk about from Seafoam, since it's the middle of summer, Bugs Be Gone works not only on bugs, but anything organic. I'm talking bird poops, tree sap, grass stains, mold. Try it out. It's safe on paint, chrome, plastic, curtains, jeans, tablecloths. But the bugs, it's actually fun watching the bugs slide down the windshield after spraying it on. You can then spray it or wipe it off with ease. No more dead bug elbow syndrome for you. Find the Bugs Be Gone and the world-famous Deep Creep everywhere fine automotive shop chemicals are sold, or just go to the Seafoam store on Amazon. Deep Creep and Bugs Be Gone, a couple of wonderful products from our friends at Seafoam.
I was 17, my old man was 55. If you do the math between the two of us, that's 72 years of life. An eternity, so it seemed to me. How could anything live that long? Now I say my folks were only 84 the year that they passed on. For a little while it seems you got time to choose your dreams. Pretty soon you look around and you see 100 years ain't what it used to be. And my grandpa Roy, when he was a boy in 1904, he was taught by men who fought in the actual Civil War. And only 8 decades passed, and my high school class put the tassels on the other side. Started on our way full of naivete on the great American ride. The months and years slide past, each more quickly than the last. Pretty soon you look around and you'll see 100 years ain't what it used to be. Oh, Johnny! Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Johnny Heidt.
The earth is not your mother. The Joe Souchere Show.
Let's talk about our buddy, Mr. Money Talk, Josh Arnold. We've all known Josh for a number of years. He's straightforward. He's honest, and he's going to tell you what he thinks. And over the years, I have met so many GLers that have trusted Josh with their business. They've sat down with him, and they continue to work with Mr. Money Talk today. You see, you don't stay with an advisor that long unless you're receiving value, guidance, and advice, and also results. And for decades, Josh has done that very thing through bull markets, bear markets, recessions, inflation, and every kind of economic uncertainty imaginable. Maybe you're wondering if you're on track for retirement. Well, Josh is here for you. But that starts with a phone call at 952-925-5608. That's 952-925-5608 for Mr. Money Talk.
Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant LLC, a security investment advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice.
Chris Reavers is a paid endorsement.
In other news, primary elections yesterday, as you said, Joe Abdul El Sayed, a progressive and vocal critic of Israel, edged Representative Haley Stevens, a moderate, to win the Michigan Senate Democratic primary in a contentious race that divided the party. El Sayed overcame $60 million in outside money supporting Stevens. This morning, with 95% of the precincts counted, El Sayed had 741,000 votes, roughly, or 48.5% of the votes. Stevens, 726,000, or 47.5%. She called El Sayed this morning to concede.
You know, even the term moderate doesn't work. You're either a Democrat or you're a Democratic Socialist, because to a GLer, a moderate Democrat's still nuts.
I've been trying to figure out, Such, what today's current progressive Democrat is. Is that in fact a soft socialist?
Yes, that's a DSA member.
I think that's the way in the news they're usually referred to, right? Progressive would be
that's DSA.
This much either right on DSA or that much short.
I see it over and over again in the Star Tribune, and I always ask, is that code?
There's GL, there's Democrats, there's DSA, and there's Republicans. That's your four food groups in the United States.
That's like a meat and three or something down south.
In the Missouri primary, Representative Wesley Bell easily defeated former Rep. Cori Bush in a Democratic primary rematch. Cori, now she is known as a progressive Democrat.
She's a wacko.
Bell overwhelmed Bush on the airwaves, fending off her push to make the race a referendum on his support for U.S. aid to Israel. Also in Missouri, voters overwhelmingly rejected a proposed constitutional amendment that would have given state lawmakers the ability to expand sales and use taxes in order to eliminate state income tax. That failed, with 83% of the ballots being cast no when the election was called at 8:15 p.m.
Is this a case where Bush is not left enough?
I guess so.
Wow. Washington authorities have arrested a man accused of sparking the Old Trails fire, one of three wildfires in Spokane that are 0% contained. The fires have collectively burned more than 16 square miles, destroying more than 700 houses and structures, forced more than 65,000 people to evacuate. The suspect is 37-year-old Aaron Farinacci, previously convicted for killing his father in 2010. He was identified by a witness who said they saw him bent by the side of the road Saturday near where the fire started. Farinacci is accused of using a match or lighter to spark the fire, was charged with first-degree arson. Authorities are still investigating the cause of the other two fires. Federal prosecutors now have dropped charges against all the people who had been charged with vandalism at the Capitol reflecting pool. Charges, of course,
there has been no vandalism.
As we know, charges were dropped Friday against the former Olympian who had been charged, and now charges against three others have also been dropped. U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Pirro asked for former Olympian David Hearn's case to be dismissed in a 20-page motion on Friday, while the judge granted it. In it, she blamed the Department of Interior for only recently releasing key evidence after the grand jury proceedings and following dozens and dozens of requests from her office. She also blamed the shoddy workmanship causing the problems with the pool. That started running criticism from the president, who said vandalism caused the problems. Charges against everyone were dropped as of late Monday afternoon. Federal judge expressed deep regret yesterday as he granted a request by the Justice Department to throw out criminal charges against 8 members of the far-right Oath Keepers militia who were charged with seditious conspiracy for the central role they played in January 6, 2021 events. The move came less than a month after one of the judge's colleagues in federal district court made a similarly what he called pain decision to dismiss January 6 related charges against 5 members of the Proud Boys. Confessing that he wished for a different ending, the judge blasted the Justice Department's request for a dismissal, but said under law there was nothing else he could do about it. A story for you, Mr. Souchere.
Oh,
are you ready?
The story's nice.
The recommended average temperature for air conditioner thermostats.
Oh, for God's sake.
Maybe 78 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer. But
perfect.
Chris, you'll find out in a minute, everyone agrees with you. But a new survey has found that most Americans like it set much lower. Sleep wellness brand Bear Mattress, in a recent sleep study released July 8th, found that the country's ideal sleep temperature, in other words overnight, is 67 degrees. It's the temperature most Americans say helps them fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Bear Mattress said in an August 4th news release, while 67 degrees is the national average, Massachusetts sleeps the coldest at 63.2 degrees, and Hawaii the warmest at 69.5 degrees. Wow. 2021 Consumer Reports survey found that the average temperature Americans set their thermostats during the day is at 71 degrees, Joe.
Well, I can't imagine what their utility bill is.
The temperature varies slightly by region, with Americans living in the South reporting they set their thermostats to 72 degrees. That's during the day. Most of those living in the Northeast set theirs to 70 degrees, according to the survey. Not a single respondent, not one respondent,
Not one loser.
not one person with central air conditioning indicated they would ever set the temp above 76 degrees Fahrenheit during the summer months.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
John,
That was custom for him.
Jeff, you live in Nashville.
I do.
It gets hot and humid.
It really.
What's your thermostat set at?
I left home and I left it at 78 when I left home.
Thank you, sir.
When you're
he's
when
not
you're
home.
Wait,
When
yeah,
I'm
when
home
you,
in the daytime, 75. When I go to bed at night, 71.
there you go. See,
You run cold. I run hot. I'm 66 overnight, 69 during the day.
This all started, Jeff. I hate to trouble you with the morons that I'm stuck with. But I told them we set it at, by the way, it's 77, not 78. Set it at 77. Now you're outside. It's 90 degrees and humid. We've had a great run of summer weather like that here.
Oh, last couple of
Here
days.
comes the justification.
And
Yeah.
it's 90 degrees and humid, and you're sweating, and you come in 77 air conditioned without humidity feels wonderful.
For about 5
yeah,
minutes.
20 minutes later you're hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's 13 degrees cooler right as soon as you hit the pavement.
And you're talking about you hate to see their bill? Tell me what your cable bill is every month. It's got to be around $800.
It is not. I don't know. I'm going to be like Keith
know.
Ellison. I don't know what it is.
$7.50.
Well, I'm flashing back to my childhood when we had no air conditioning.
Neither do we.
And
Neither
we just
did we.
left the windows open. If it was hot, we opened the windows.
In
and-
the sod hut you guys lived in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
settle down, Olson. That was 3 guys in the same predicament.
Well, I suppose Kenny had air conditioning when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't.
We were
okay?
aristocrats, Joe.
We would get a big sheet and sleep on the living room floor above the
Yep.
yellow shag carpet.
All together?
Well,
That's
the
creepy.
kids would.
Grody.
The kids would.
Yeah, that's-
But we would open the windows and the breeze would come off of St. Paul Academy, so it was.
What,
It was-
the school itself generated a breeze, huh?
Yeah, because they would dump the snow out there in the fields and from the Zamboni and
Right.
after Mike Foley's
Well, this
hockey
is
camp.
fascinating. I have a million
here we go
questions
here.
for
What the
Jeff.
hell?
Can we
Take
get
a
to
time
those?
out, but I want to tell you first, you might
And
need
I
a-
remember a time specifically.
You want to do
the,
what do you want?
I don't know what's happening, but go
I
ahead.
do.
You do whatever
I
you gotta
do.
do.
And if you're ever in an accident, God forbid,
Oh,
get
yeah.
a hold of Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury attorneys, because if you're like me and many other people, you might not know what to do if you're ever injured in an accident. Insurance companies and adjusters can be tough to deal with, so having someone on your side is important. Mike Bryant is the best. Mike Bryant from Bradshaw and Bryant and his team will explain your rights, represent you, help get you through a tough time. I hope you're never in an accident, but if you are, call Bradshaw and Bryant at 800-770-7008 or go to minnesotapersonalinjury.com for a free case evaluation. And please don't be a part of the problem. Don't text and drive or drive distracted. That's just common sense from Bradshaw and Bryant.
It's the end of the world as we know it, and he feels fine. Joe Souchere.
If it is the end of the world, indeed, you might want to, as one last hurrah, go and see a wonderful performance of Guys and Dolls at the historic Chanhassen Dinner Theater. If you've been there before, you already know the food is great, and the acting and the shows are top drawer. If you haven't been, then you've got a wonderful treat, because Garage Logic and some of our wonderful GL half-price deals, we're offering all of you listeners a half-price deal for dinner and the show, Guys and Dolls at Chanhassen. Sale begins this Thursday, tomorrow, August 6th at 8 a.m. Only 20 of these deals are available. When they're gone, they gone. Visit garagelogic.com/deals to view and purchase. That's garagelogic.com/deals for a half-off price deal for a show and dinner at the historic Chanhassen Dinner Theater.
Our musical director, Jeff Dayton, in from Nashville, is live in the studio. You'll be performing Saturday night at Corn Days.
Yes, sir.
In Long Lake, Minnesota.
It's a highlight.
And you'll also be joining us at the fair.
Yes, I will.
And I asked you this off the air. Do you know Ella Langley?
I wish I did, because she's sure a talented lady.
She really is.
Be creepy. No.
I'm not. I told you about the girl in Scotland. She still beats Ella Langley. I have to go to Scotland to find her.
Oh, yeah. Pull in the reins, Captain.
No, I did not know about Ella Langley until I heard a song she sings about Texas.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was a neat song.
It is a great song.
And now I'm reading about her. She's everywhere, it seems. She's having a wave, as you call it.
Yeah, she's riding a big wave. I mean, she's got that beautiful girl thing going on, but she's also got that sort of George Strait simplicity to her songs that, they're accessible. They're not loaded up with machine gun lyrics. You can follow along, and there's a lot of heart in what she's doing. I really like her.
Does she have chops or is she show business?
No, she's both. She's got, the appeal, and she's got the substance. So,
And she can play the guitar.
I'm rooting for her.
Yeah, she's from Alabama, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
recommend an interview to both Joe and John that you did, Jeff, with David Sandler. And I found it on your YouTube page, Jeff Dayton Music, about a guy, and it was only 22 minutes long. I need 2 hours with this guy.
Oh, yeah.
A guy that ended up playing with Brian Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah, he wrote with Brian. He co-produced Brian's wife's album. David Sandler's from Minneapolis, and it was his song Minnesota back in the that was his song, and he produced a couple of other ones like that, but he had already gone to Los Angeles because he was so inspired by the Beach Boys and that style of writing. And he ran into the right people. Bruce Johnson took a liking to him and said, "You write just like Brian." And so all of a sudden he's there and hanging out at the house, and they're working on stuff together. He had a great story.
Oh, that was a
David's
wonderful
here
interview.
in the Twin Cities. Could use your prayers, but
Is he
great
in tough
guy.
shape right now?
Yeah, but he's still got the music in his heart, and that's all he wants to do is make more music.
Yeah.
So when I pull your page up and I watch you, I get a big long list of other interviews I should watch. A guy named Otis Gibbs came up. He was interviewing Roger Miller's son. And I didn't realize this. Roger Miller and Glenn Campbell, very, very close friends.
Absolutely.
And you were around for some of their shenanigans, were you not?
I was for a little of it. I got to meet Roger when we were doing Hee Haw. And Glenn called me over and said, "Jeff, get over here. I want you to meet Roger Miller. Roger, this is Jeff Dayton." And Roger goes, "Jeff Dayton, summer when the sun goes down," started singing me one of my songs.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still getting chicken skin, as they say in Hawaii, Just what a compliment, and a great guy, and one of the funniest people to draw a breath. One of his lines that he was credited for was written on the men's room wall in the basement of Combine Music, where it said, "Will Rogers never met Larry Gatlin." It's just one of those things. He just had the wittiest thing, He said, "I'd give my right arm to be ambidextrous." That was.
Well, Trump said kamikaze pilots deserve the death penalty.
That should be in a country song somewhere.
Oh, man.
But I have to big up your YouTube page, your podcast, Jeff Dayton Music. It's my go-to place when things get me down. It's like a drive in the country. I love listening to these interviews with musicians I have never heard from who are just obviously talented beyond belief.
Why don't you can you get Ella Langley?
Oh, that would take some major.
But you know people to call.
You know,
seriously.
You know what Roger said about getting Ella Langley? If you need some pull, he said, "How'd you get that job milking cows?" He said, "Well, I had some good pull."
Well, you know people you could call.
I don't know who to call for her.
Oh.
And, you know, and she's at the top, and everybody wants, you know how it is, everybody's reaching up to get some of that. So
Yeah.
It would be fun, though. I would love to.
Your great-grandfather name is?
Oh, you talking about the geologist?
Yes.
Newton Horace Winchell.
Newton Horace Winchell. We have to fact check. Was he in fact Rook, the state geologist?
Indeed, he was.
So this is all the true stuff.
I love how you guys fact check me. Like, this is great.
Not just you. We have to do it. Well,
He had
because
a reputation for great diligence and honesty.
Well, that's fine. But off the air, we were getting very nervous that you're too much like Rookie because he claims he has somebody in his family who invented Post-it notes.
John Maddock.
No, but it's not true. It's not true. So, and you're saying that Norton Hewis Winchell,
Larson Smith.
It's a good
Horace
name
Winchell.
to mangle.
Is it Newton?
Newton.
He invented the word taconite.
Well, it was either him or it was his son.
Yeah.
But they were both geologists, and one obviously was a little later. So the term taconite may not have come out at the time that Newton Horace Winchell was living, but he was the state geologist. He also has a famous episode, if I may tell it.
You may.
He was mapping the Dakotas, among many of the things that he did. And
What era are we? What
1870s.
All right.
Yeah.
Late 1870s. And
things were really interesting in western Dakota then.
Well, that's true, and he was out there with a military escort because that's the way life was at that time. And he finished his work, and so he turned to the commander of the force that he was with, and he said, "General Custer, my work here is done." Mm-hmm. And he needed a ride back to Minneapolis.
Put on the brakes. Put on the brakes. Was he part of the expedition into the Black Hills that Custer made?
When he accompanied the Custer expedition to the Black Hills of South Dakota in 1874, he prepared the first geological map of that area.
Jeff, your relative was a
the
spy.
hell?
He was a spy for the government. You know the real story behind that, don't you? They knew there were rumors of gold there. Now, I have studied this, and I've actually followed the same route that General Custer took. And they were in there specifically to find and confirm that there's gold. They leaked that story out. Settlers came in, and they had no choice but to renegotiate the Laramie Treaty.
I love you guys.
You have government spies in your family.
Did Custer escort Newton back here?
No, it was not Custer. It was some members of his group that had to.
Well, he asked Custer to put
Wow.
together a group and get me home.
Yeah.
And he lived in St. Paul?
He was at the University of Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did he
was one
ever
of the first? I
Was
think
this
the
your
head of
dad's dad?
This is my grandpa's grandpa
On which side?
on my dad's side.
So it's your dad's grandfather's dad.
I believe it's my great-great-great-grandfather.
All right.
Yeah.
cool.
And I am Jeffrey Winchell Dayton. I'm the only named Dayton for that man, and I'm the only donor
What an honor.
from the Winchell family to the University School of Earth and Sciences.
No
I'll
kidding.
be damned.
Couple things. He had
Wait a second, Rook. Did he pass on any family lore about Custer being the biggest narcissist, egotist that he had ever met in his life? Any stories like
You
that?
know, I think that could be your research. I don't know.
Do you
Okay.
like rocks?
I actually, without knowing why, yes.
Rocks? You like rocks.
I used to collect rocks when I was like rock skipping along in Camden State Park down in southwest
Did
Minnesota.
you have the rock polisher?
My
the
grandpa
tumbler?
had one in the garage. He had polished agates out there. I mean, just the way, I don't know what the deal is, but yeah.
I think Stacy, our geologist, is rolling her eyes at all of us right
Oh,
now.
that would be nice. You know, the thing is, when I was just up at Silver Bay, and I did a couple shows up there, and that town, I tell you what, people ought to go up there and visit Silver
Oh,
Bay.
it's
They always
wonderful.
go blow it right by it because they
Yeah.
just hit Gooseberry, and now they're on their way to Thunder Bay.
Yep.
But we had the nicest people up there and the most wonderful experience playing the concert in the park and doing a house concert up at Rocky Wall Entertainment. Mm-hmm. And they presented me with a statue. It's a big cube of taconite with a little character named Rocky Taconite, and I now have that as one of my collection. And they went crazy when they found out that there was a taconite connection with their artist Jeff Dayton. So,
well, I will say this about Winchell. He had a bladder operation. Following the operation, he died in 1914 at his home on River Road in Minneapolis. He's buried in Lakewood.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Now,
there's a spot
Garage
for me
Logic
there.
connection. Winchell's geological examination of the Kensington runestone has been reduced to suggest that the stone is authentic, though most scholars now believe it is a forgery.
Jeff, that's 20 miles from me at the most.
Wait, Winchell said it's a real deal?
He did extensive studies.
Well, I now think it's the real deal.
Well, of
then,
course
if
it was
Winchell
the
said
real
it.
deal.
Yeah, I didn't read it. He investigated the runestone from 1909 to 10. They were most interested in the physical aspects of the stone and the location of the find. He made 3 trips to Kensington, examining the discovery site and the similar glacier-carried boulders in the area.
I knew it was real.
Kensington on Sunday.
I knew it was real because Scandinavians are incapable of pulling a prank.
And we laugh at
They're
that.
not
but
funny.
Holy, bring that rock over here.
We all
show's
laugh
on
at
rocky
that, but
ground
that's
right now.
true. That's absolutely true.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. Your family history in Minnesota is extraordinary, isn't it?
I'm really grateful for what I've just landed in the middle of it. I didn't know.
No, of course not.
I mean, it's just, but what a great place to be from. And I've traveled the
Well,
world.
I think those
I've
are
been
the
to
key
20.
words, from. Right now, it's a tough place to live in.
I'm still going to end up here someday. you know?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've traveled the world. I mean, I've been to 25 countries. I've played all 50 states. I mean, every single state in the U.S. And they're all wonderful, and the people are great. And I've been in Nashville 26 years as of this week. But my heart is still right here. I'm getting all for Klimt. I'm telling you, because this is just.
Would you like another lozenge?
I have one. Thank you so much. It's a cheer me up lozenge.
Yeah.
No, I'm so proud of Minnesota, and you know, the wind blows. You know, it blows all year long on the Western Plains. You know, and it's just the way life is, and life gets lifey, and things move on. You know, and more will be revealed. So,
Jeff, did you have any contact or hang out with the producer here in town, Bobby Z?
I knew Bobby. Bobby and I were in the KO band in 1976, and his older brother, you know, David, just passed away Saturday.
Yeah.
David Z. And Bobby and I were in Kevin Odegaard's band. He had just played with Bob Dylan on Blood on the Tracks, and he played on Tangled Up in Blue. He was part of the Minneapolis crew that did that. And he parlayed that into a record contract with ASI Records, I think it was called. And David Rifkin was his engineer, and David's little brother Bobby was our drummer. And we played all over, and we had a great time. Briefly, Bruce McCabe was in that band from Lamont Cranston.
Nice.
And then after a year, we kind of all moved in different directions. And I got a gig out on the St. Croix at a place called The Bungalow, which is still there.
Yeah.
And I ended up playing in the house band there for 3 years. And Bobby said, "What are you going to do?" And I said, "I've got a country gig 5 nights a week." I said, "What about you?" He said, "Well, you know that Prince kid that comes in and borrows your guitar in the studio?" He said, "I've been jamming with him at Owen's place, and this Owen Husney." And
Owen Husney, who goes back to a band in St. Louis Park called
the Still Rovin'. No, David was in Still Rovin'. Owen was in High Spirits?
High Spirits.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and Owen was our agent.
He was hanging with Prince early on.
And Prince would come into Moon Sound at 28th and DuPont, and he borrowed my 62 SG for some of his stuff. And I think that guitar is actually on Soft and Wet on that first album. Oh, wow. And Bobby said, "Well, I've been jamming with him over at Owen's place, and I like where he's going, and I'm just see what happens." And he became Bobby Z, and David became David Z, and our friend Matt Fink, Dr. Fink.
And Prince Rogers Nelson became Prince.
Not a bad ride.
Did you ever work with him?
No, I didn't. But this weekend in Silver Bay, we had Tommy Barbarella with us.
Oh, yeah?
From the NPG. So, you know, my Minnesota, connections, I'm rich with wonderful people, you know.
It's amazing.
Yeah. This town is so full of tremendous talent. I mean, just in keyboard players, Jason Kraft, Jordan Hedlund, Dick Hedlund's son, unbelievable keyboard player, and Tommy Barbarella, and then also my buddy Scotty Miller. And Scotty's he's number one with Ruthie Foster. They just won a Grammy last year for the best contemporary blues album. And he's just, this town is, and it's like the Twins training camp. They're packed.
You have not stopped writing music either, have you?
No, I'm a believer.
Yeah, yeah.
I have 18 albums out. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's what you're born to do. If I'm working on a book of my story, the book is called Half Full and Overflowing.
Right.
And it'll be out sometime this fall. And I'm going to continue putting out what my heart tells me to put out.
Maybe we could book you for an interview about that book.
Yeah, let's do it if it comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
The Russ Paul interview was great. Will McFarland, that was wonderful.
Oh,
seriously, I'm very addicted to your podcast.
Well, thanks. It's fun. I just had Keith Falasay as a guest, and he's from Robbinsdale, and he was part of the youngsters with all these guys, including Jeff Hill, who was the guy that started Newt Coupe. All the guitar players remember him.
Oh, I bought a Stingray neck from Newt Coupe in the early 80s, hanging on the wall.
Yeah. And, Keith wrote 4 #1 songs in 1 year. Yeah. So.
Do you still have the guitar that you think Prince used on a recording?
No, I was an idiot.
Was it a Junior or just an full?
SG Special. It had P90 pickups and dot inlay, and I bought it for $150, and I think I got $250 when I sold it.
Like John Heidt, do you collect guitars?
Well, I can't call it collecting when they slip through my fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you keep buying them and they show up and then you lose some. So it's not really collecting. It's just.
You've mentioned this. Oh, this guitar. This is a 1994 Taylor 810.
Okay.
And you mentioned REO.
Yes.
Kevin Cronin from REO actually played this guitar. I'm sorry about the name dropping. Watch your toes.
No, keep it coming. It's just so amazing.
Well, here's more name dropping. We'll go back to Winchell.
Yeah.
He married Charlotte Sophia Imus. They had 6 kids. Horace Vaughn, who became a geologist, Ima Carolyn, Alexander Newton, and Louise. And Avis became Mrs. Ulysses Sherman Grant.
What?
But
What?
It was a different one. He was a geologist from Illinois. And he went to the University of Minnesota.
Well, Ulysses was from Illinois.
But this is look at the pictures. They are diametrically opposed.
This is not the guy.
Jeff, I
This
seem
is
to
not the
remember
guy in
you
the
saying
50s.
that this was your Minnesota guitar. You don't travel with this one.
This one stays here. It's parked here.
What do you keep it at the bus station in
No,
a
in the
locker
carport.
or what?
In the carport. he's
The
got a little
real
locker
suit
there.
comes out.
No, in Minnesota, I have to borrow space, but I have a buddy who's got a barn that's got a locked storage space. And it goes in there, and it doesn't winter in the cold. And, I'm up here so much that I might as well.
And this winter, you believe you'll be going to St. Martin. If you do, you're going to take the boat to Anguilla.
Absolutely, that's the whole
wearing
reason
your
I'm going.
shirt, the GL shirt that we're #1 in Anguilla.
And the hat.
And the new hat.
Yep. And here's what I want to propose, because I want this to work for GL too. So when I'm there on St. Martin, I want anybody that wants to meet me for lunch on Anguilla at a nice place, let's say Cap Jaluca.
Okay.
That's a beautiful place, about $2,500 a night. Not my digs.
Wow.
But we could probably have lunch there.
Yeah.
And I'll buy a couple of GLers lunch on Anguilla.
Wouldn't that be fun?
And then we could all chime in on the video, and Reeves will hook us in. And
we could get you on the Zoom screen.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That would be cool.
That would be fun.
Yeah. So, and no cover charge. Just meet me there.
Oh, would that be wonderful?
Yeah. I'll bet you I know a couple people that are right now looking at plane tickets. Yeah.
Okay.
I know a bunch of cheapskates that will spend the money to go down there just to get a free lunch.
I can fly American to Miami and then take a smaller one right to Anguilla.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's different from Nashville because I go through Atlanta on Delta, land on St. Martin. I'll spend a few nights on St. Martin just because I want to go up to Grand Casse Beach Club on the French side. But I want to take the boat over, and I want to rep GL. I think it's just going to be fun.
Well, we would appreciate it. We'd love it. But you're not going there to perform. This would be a little brief vacation for you.
I'm going to bring a guitar, though.
Oh, you will?
Yes, because I want to be able to do a bump.
Yes. Yes.
Or something like that. Or maybe the GLers can sing along with me on one of my songs.
Well, how about a song? Give us one that you might be able to do in Anguilla, for example.
I don't walk a straight and narrow. I don't care if people stare or not. Now I don't need no criticizing. People try to change my mind. So what? 'Cause I can't wear somebody else's shoes. I can only be me, win or lose. So walk with me and stand by me and live like we like and we love. We'll ride the tide with sails on high, fearless and reckless and tough. I dance like I feel it, I call it like I see it, I sing like I was born to do. Don't take me for granted, I stand where I'm planted, and most of all, I stand for you. 'Cause I live my truth. Yeah, one thing that I've learned from living, some will love you, some won't give a rip. No, I'm not yellow, blue, or green. There's a color in between, and I'm it. Because when you're painted by the master's hand, there's no way to be a different man or woman. So walk with me, stand by me, and live like we like and we love. We'll ride the tide with sails on high, fearless and reckless and tough. I dance like I feel it, I song like I see it, I sing like I was born to do. Don't take me for granted, I stand where I'm planted, and most of all, I stand for you. 'Cause I live my truth. Yeah, I live my truth. Yeah, I live my truth.
Well, in my mind's eye, you've picked that guitar up at lunch on the beach in Anguilla. You started, and people are pausing wherever they are, and they go, "What's that? What's that?" And they start walking closer and closer to your table, and pretty soon there's about 100 people standing around. They're in their suits and their bathing suits and whatnot, and they're swaying.
Back and forth.
That would work. That would work.
So you see Jeff as a street busker.
Yeah.
In that particular
is, yeah.
case,
Three-card
yes.
Monty.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
That would, if they
That's
permit
where
it,
some
that
of the
would be
best
superb.
music is,
Yeah.
right on the street.
Yeah.
Did you know Glenn Hansard?
No, I heard about him.
Yeah.
And the other guy that was from up here, is it Charlie Sexton that just passed away? He was a guy that went to L.A., got famous, doing wet tech, stuff for beachwear and stuff like that. And he always wanted to do a record, and he moved to Nashville and actually got to do a record of his music. Yeah, I didn't know him, but he was from up here as well.
We can't thank you enough for stopping. You're in Long Lake Saturday night,
Uh-huh.
and you'll be on the grounds of what church?
St. George's Catholic Church, right at Watertown and Brown Road.
All right, and
And-
you're very familiar with Long Lake.
I lived in 4 houses on either side of that church.
Yeah.
Growing up. I mean, that's why I feel such a pride coming
Yeah.
home. And I'm staying right now with an uncle who was one of the grandest people on earth. He's 96 years old, and right now this morning he's at his workout.
Really?
Well, he's kicking like a spring mule, man. He's the great,
Really?
Ben Jaffrey. I love him to death.
As in Piper Jaffrey?
Yes, actually. Yeah.
Honest to God, your tentacles reach everywhere.
Corn Days this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. It looks like they got food, good vendors, all sorts of family fun.
Where does your uncle live? Not an address, but just, is he out Minnetonka way?
Orono, Wayzata, Long Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Crystal Bay. All
I had suggested to Jeff when I went to go get him today, Joe, before the show, that we have to change the expression. It's no longer 6 degrees separated from Kevin Bacon. It's 6 degrees separate from Jeff Dayton.
It's amazing.
Well, I'm grateful for all of it, and I'm grateful to you guys.
Can you do this in every state? You know the people.
Well, I've been everywhere once. You name a town, and I probably played there. We played Spokane. We had a great time.
Oh,
there.
they just got ripped by fires.
I know, and that's what I'm saying.
Started
we played
by an arsonist, not climate change.
I heard about it. But everywhere we go, here's the thing. I know what my gig is. And my gig is to leave breadcrumbs, and to share the love. And we all know, you guys talk about it every day. This world is absolutely bananas.
Yep.
It's loco, it's upside down, like Daffy Duck bonkers on his head.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can think of to do is just share love. Like the Hawaiians, they share aloha. Aloha is that mana of the heart. So I do that, and I just let God take care of the rest.
And you're good at it.
Well, thanks, Joe.
And we'll
guys,
see you at the state fair.
I can't wait, man. I'm so excited. It's this month. Oh,
We
beginning
know.
of next month.
Try not to remind
We
them.
know.
Calm down.
Well, I
No,
can
we're
do
looking
it.
forward to it. We're going to do the both Fridays.
And then right after I see you guys, I'm off to Bali.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
Well,
All right, I've heard enough.
You travel enough, and you get points and miles, and So, any GLers on Bali, let me know.
Are we number one in Bali?
Yes.
We could be.
Well,
I'm
okay,
sure
then
we
maybe
are.
I
I know
should
we
check in from Bali.
Yeah.
Hey,
But,
GLers, go to Jeff Dayton Music on YouTube for some of the funnest, most interesting interviews you'll hear.
Yeah, and also the website is the same, jeffdaytonmusic.com. You can get on the mailing list for the newsletter that comes out. And we've got a big show I should mention, too, in Franklin, Tennessee, 2 weeks from tonight at the historic Franklin Theater. It's right in the metro Nashville area.
All right.
And it's the Garfunkel, Manilow, Campbell trio that I do.
Nice.
With Tab Lavin, who is Art Garfunkel's guitar player now, 26 years.
Yep.
And Eddie Kilgallen, who knows Barry Manilow and has been writing with his co-writer. And then me with my Glenn Campbell connection. And we're
Wonderful.
Joe, we don't deserve Jeff.
No,
You're above us.
Yeah.
not at all. I'm one of. You know
But
what
yeah,
I mean?
you're a GLer. You're our musical director.
Well, and Ree set me straight a long time ago. He said, "You're not a guest, you're family," and I appreciate that.
Yep.
He's one of us.
Well, it's only because, Jeff, that they come to us all the way from Marloth Park in Mpumalanga, South Africa, where we have our official travelers, the traveling Lymans, are living in a wildlife refuge.
Really,
And the giraffes come up to their porch and the whole deal.
man.
And you can follow them at worldwidewaftage.com. It was on this day in history.
Joe, today is August 5th.
Newton Henry Cosmos, the state geologist. No, that doesn't say that.
Newton Horace Winchell.
Newton Horace Winchell. On this day,
August 5th.
in 1851, the Metawankton and Wapakut bands of Dakota sold most of their lands in the southern part of the state when the Treaty of Mendota was signed. Governor Alexander Ramsey and Luke Lea represented the U.S., and Ta Oyate Duda, his Red Nation, also known as Little Crow, Wakam Ozanam, Medicine Bottle, Wakanyan Waste, Good Thunder, Shakopee, 6, and Wabasha, Red Leaf, signed for the Dakota.
How bad did the white man screw him over?
Other bands had sold their lands in the Treaty of Traverse des Sioux. On this day,
August 5th.
in 1945, actress Lonnie Anderson was born in St. Paul.
Va va voom.
She achieved fame for her role on WKRP in Cincinnati and later got a lot of attention because she divorced Burt Reynolds, and the tabloids were all over that one.
Did she do anything other than WKRP? She was great in that sitcom.
No
but
idea.
I'm just wondering who is Andre the Giant.
I just want to know who he is.
I just want to know who he is.
On this day,
August 5th.
the Reds, the Cincinnati Reds, and the Detroit Tigers played an exhibition game at Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington, drawing a record crowd of 21,783.
Look out.
The Tigers beat the Reds 6-5. That must mean a record crowd for that particular ballpark.
Because I don't think they had outfield seating
No,
yet.
so that filled every seat they had. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Do you have family members who built that? or-
My grandmother bought season tickets in '61. I was at the World Series in '65
So was
and
I.
the All-Star game.
Yeah.
We were there.
Yeah,
I remember you. You were under the bleachers looking for $50, just like me.
That's
No,
right.
he was writing a book at the time. This stadium would be a really good book.
And the first game I covered as a sports writer was the second game I had seen in person.
Wow.
First game was a World Series game in 1965. I grew up with a father who was not a baseball dad. I never got to baseball games.
Tell Jeff about that 10th ad.
I don't know how that worked. On this day,
August 5th.
in 2012, Bobby Tufts was elected mayor of Dorset. He
There
was
we
4
go.
years old.
I was going to say, wasn't he the kid?
Yeah, I wouldn't put that in here if I was the.
Is that a write-in or was that?
Well, that's in there. On this day in sports disappointment history.
Who would we lose to on August 5th, Joe?
Well, on this day in 1961, the Vikings lost their first ever exhibition game. They lost to Dallas 38-13, beginning a long tenure of heartbreak, haven't they?
Yeah.
On this day,
August 5th.
Phil Negro was suspended after dropping all of those tools out of his pocket on the mound. On this day,
August 5th, Joe.
in 1994, Glenn Taylor bought the Timberwolves.
Well, why is that well, I suppose.
It's not. It's just in the sports thing.
Gotcha.
You know,
Does it say what he bought him for from Harv and Marv?
it doesn't say.
I think it was around, wasn't it 30 mil?
Jeff Dayton, thank you, and we'll see you shortly at the fair.
All right, Joe.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. Thanks, GLers.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, everybody.
Do us a favor if you haven't done so already and hit the subscribe button right there on the Garage Logic YouTube channel where you can watch the show every single day starting at noon. You can also see full segments, video shorts, behind the scenes footage. You can see Jeff Dayton's smiling, beautiful face on the Garage Logic YouTube channel. Just search for it. That's 2 words, Garage Logic, along with all of our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, and X. And you can sign up for the Daily Logician. That email comes right to your inbox every day, and it includes the most recent episode of the podcast. Jeff, thanks for coming in, man.
Delighted to be here, Reeves. Thank you, guys.
You bet.